Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Food for Thought. I'm your host, Larry McGee. In this broadcast, we will be examining a very important subject which is often misreported due to fear and propaganda. The title of today's show is Sodomy or Homosexuality, the Hidden Truth and Deadly Facts. And we would like to ask everyone to please pay close attention. Though there appears at times to be questions as to whether or not there is actually an agenda to force homosexuality on the American public, the truth is, prominent sodomites or homosexuals have acknowledged such efforts for years. As early as the 1980s, Marshall Kirk and Hunter Madison, in their shocking and disturbing sodomite classic After the Ball, called for a three-stage attack on original values. Their call to arms, which received nationwide attention, instructed first to desensitize by inundating the public with a continuous flood of gay-related advertising. The main thing is to talk about gayness until it becomes thoroughly tiresome. If you can get straights to think homosexuality is just another thing meriting no more than a shrug of the shoulders, then your battle for legal and societal rights is virtually won. Second stage, jamming, which is described as psychological terrorism meant to silence expression or even support for dissenting opinion. And third, conversion. This is defined as the conversion of the average American's emotions, mind, and will through a planned psychological attack in the form of propaganda fed to the nation via the media, with superstar bishops such as Desmond Tutu promoting the misleading concept of homophobia and Supreme Court judges offering to preside over civil unions. One could reasonably conclude that the sodomite revolution or rebellion has experienced some forward movement. And why object? What is the big deal with sodomy anyway?
This is going to bring your hands to filth, your whole bodies to filth, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, to sickness and disease. These are the diseases brought about by these sins called sodomy.
And even popular homosexual newspapers such as the New York Blade acknowledge that sodomy is an extremely dangerous practice, confessing in a recent issue that while Hollywood and the media relentlessly propagate the image of the fit, healthy, and well-adjusted homosexual, the reality is quite the opposite. In truth, homosexuals are in the highest risk group for several of the most serious diseases, and the facts bear that out. Along with sodomy comes the human papillomavirus, or HPV, anal cancer and lymphoma, which is a disease of the lymph nodes, viral hepatitis A, B, and C, herpes, gonorrhea, and over 80% of syphilitic patients are homosexual, and about 1/3 of homosexuals are infected with active anorectal herpes simplex viruses and a host of parasites. Bacterial, viral, and protozoan are all rampant in the homosexual population. And though underreported, the Center for Disease Control recently released data revealing that sodomites or homosexuals account for 2/3 of new HIV infections. A mind-boggling calculation, virtually unexplainable except for one overlooked yet very critical detail. Previous infections with STDs makes a person 2 to 9 times more susceptible to HIV infections, the logical implications of which suggest that sodomites are experiencing defilement with other STDs in numbers far surpassing their heterosexual counterparts. And researchers are aware that efforts to treat these curses with pharmaceuticals is now producing superbugs. Superbugs are lethal, mutated, drug-resistant bacteria that some doctors say we are in an arms race with that we can't win. They are lurking in hospitals, creeping into the Earth's food supply, poisoning individuals' brains, and are being referred to by the CDC as a nightmare. Pharmaceutical-fed bacteria, strengthened in large part by the superabundant infections of sodomites, represents nothing less than the bio and ecological destruction of our planet. Though the focus of our examination in this broadcast has been the hidden facts and truth about sodomy, it was not presented with the intent to demean or devalue anyone, but rather with the objective to cut through the desensitization, jamming, and conversion efforts of some to reveal the facts necessary to make educated decisions which show value for our health as well as the health of our planet. For more of this kind of insight, we would like to recommend everyone to visit www.yisraelhawkins.com or call 1-800-613-9494. And for all calls outside of the U.S., you can call the number on your screen. Thank you for joining us, everyone, and tune in next time for more Food for Thought.